What's up, guys? In this video today I'm going to talk about this knife. This is a Vero engineering knife. This is the Vero Engineering Synapse XL. This was designed by Joseph Vero and in the USA, and then he uses Bestech as the OEM to make his knives. And this is there's a mini regular Synapse, and this is the XL. So this is the largest of them all. So you can see it's got a flipper tab, and it's got no thumb stud, but it does have this little hole over here. And that is the reverse flicker's friend. You just get in there and boop, and there you go. Look at that, beautiful knife. I believe this is the Generation 3 Synapse XL. They've had a couple generations come out. Definitely beautiful black stone washed blade with it's a bolster lock. I believe this is M390 steel that they used. And you can see it says Vero there on the spine. I think that's pretty awesome. It's got the hole on the one side so you can reverse flick it. None on this side, of course. This one's been used a little bit, but not too bad. See a couple marks there, but see it's Vero on. I love Vero's pocket clips. They have some of the coolest pocket clips. Like this is like perfect tie pocket clip. It slides in and out of the pocket really nicely. It goes with the design really well. Just a really cool, straightforward knife. I mean, this is definitely my style. I like it a lot. I like this titanium bolster up there. This particular one did have, originally had Ultim scales. So these two pieces of micarta had Ultim inlays there instead of micarta. But the previous owner said that they cracked, and they put these micarta ones on instead, which looks fine. I was gonna put carbon fiber scales on here, like get some aftermarket carbon fiber ones, because they do sell them on his website. I just never really got around to doing that. But anyway, I like the look of this knife. I think it's really pretty. It's definitely it's full size, really large. I'll do some size comparisons here in a minute, but it's a really good looking knife in general. Beautiful kind of drop point shape here. Very long, very thin. It's all flat ground, so it comes to a pretty thin edge. The flat grind starts way up here. I mean, there's only a little bit of a flat that comes out maybe 50% of the length of the blade, and then it comes down to a very nicely thin edge, which is very sharp. Not super thick either, so really good. And it's very smooth on bearings. You see there, it pretty much drop shut, almost completely drop shut. Just a little bit encouragement there. So I like to reverse flick this knife, but you can also use this flipper tab here. Goodness, flipper tab right here with some jimping right at the top. See, they're all numbered. All of Vero knives, I believe, are numbered. So this is 1733. But you can use this flipper tab. It's very minimalist, and it sticks like straight up, so it's like almost a top flipper tab. It's kind of weird. It's in line with the knife. I mean, this is basically a flat back design, the spine of the knife. So you grab this, flip it out, and it comes out there with authority. I mean, it really flies out there. And I like how they did this. They made like this little indentation here, cut out just for the flipper tab, and then it fills the hole there with the blade when it's open. So it really does look really good. I think it looks awesome. And then you just engage it, very smooth. It's very snappy detent, a little bit on the stronger side, but I think it's excellent. Sometimes I will accidentally slip off the slipper tab when I'm trying to do it, just because it doesn't come out a lot. It's kind of, you have to pull like straight down and into the frame to get it to flip, and it does have a strong detent, so sometimes I'll miss it and it won't deploy. Like I'll do like something like that, but for the most part it's pretty good, and I prefer to reverse flick it because the reverse flick is absolutely perfect. There you go. You see here the handle has these two kind of big, so it has this big curving arch here where it comes into the handle, and then it comes back out. It's got this flat part, so you can see here I get two fingers that land right on that flat part and two that land in this big open area here, and it feels really good. Pretty comfortable, nicely rounded. There's no really hot spots or anything. A little bit interesting here how they cut it out. I mean, it's like kind of like a jigsaw puzzle, how they like curved it around. A little bit weird, but it works just fine. See there, you can see the engagement. of that titanium frame or bolster lock there. See, it comes all the way down. This has, let's see, does it have a steel lock bar insert? I can't tell. Yes, it does have a steel lock bar insert, I believe. It's a little bit hard to see because it's kind of down inside the knife. Yeah, you can see on the inside there. I don't know if you can tell. I probably can't see it, but there is a steel lock bar insert, and I believe there is an over travel stop as well. So, just what you want on a tie frame lock, or in this case, bolster lock. It's kind of cool because you can't put pressure on the lock bar when you're flipping it because it's covered by this overlay. So that's kind of nice. No lanyard hole, just this nice backspacer. Comes around, really nicely done there. So no lanyard holes for anybody who likes lanyard holes. Centering is almost perfect. Might be able to adjust that. It's slightly off to the show side, but really not bad at all. And these are done by Best Tech, so and in my opinion, Best Tech does really good quality work, almost as good as Riot, and definitely on par with Wii knives. So yeah, they definitely do a good job. There's a little bit jimping up here. You can put your thumb on, and then it's got this flat part, kind of where the flipper tab ends up after you flip it. See, the flipper tab comes around, and then that's your flipper tab there. And then you put you can choke up and put your finger up here, and then you have two fingers in this indentation, and then one on the back. And this also feels pretty good too. There's no jimping up here for your thumb, but and it does stick out a lot, so you can really get a huge hand on this handle. I mean, there's tons of space, but it feels good. So I'm gonna do some size comparisons now. Get this off the screen. Up against the ZT-0308. You can see there, it is a big knife. This is the XL, Vero Engineering Synapse XL. It's a big boy. Got a PM2. So you can see there, it's just almost pretty much just as long as the 308. Maybe a touch shorter, but pretty much just as long, and longer than the PM2 there. Let's compare it to the Para 3 as well, since I have the PM2 out already. There you go, you can see it's much longer than that as well. And let's compare it to some smaller knives. The QSP Penguin, see there, it's much longer than that. And the Benchmade Bug Out as well. You can see there, much longer than that too. So definitely a large knife, much longer than these. Definitely going to be, I believe, almost a 4-inch blade. Well, 3.6, 3.7. Maybe not quite 4-inch, but actually I can measure here real quick. Let me see. Yeah, it's going to be like a 3.9-inch blade, so it's really long. I mean, you can see here, these are inches, so you can see there it's all of 3.5 and more, almost 4 inches. So definitely a long blade, long knife. Really good if you have big hands or like big knives. This is a good one to check out. Very smooth, nicely contoured. I love the contours they did on this. It's not like contours, it's like heavy chamfers. I mean, they did like a big chamfer here and a big chamfer there and a big chamfer on the front. Looks really, really nice. See how they like squared it off. But it's not like pointy. It's all rounded very nicely. So they did a really good job. There's nothing super shiny on this knife. It's kind of a little bit, you know, hides under the radar. It's not very showy. It's kind of more dulled out, but it's kind of cool that way. It's more stealthy. So very nice design by Joseph Vero, and an awesome knife in general. So that's the Vero Engineering Synapse XL. I have tried the mini and the regular Synapse, and I did like them, but this one I think is my favorite because of the size. I like the bigger knives in general because I have bigger hands. I'd like to try the Synapse Impulse. I think that's what it is. Yes, the Vero Engineering Synapse. No, Vero Engineering Impulse. It's not the Synapse Impulse. It's the Vero Engineering Impulse, I think, is the next one that I'd like to try by Vero Knives. So that's it for this one. Let me know what you guys think of Vero Knives. Let me know what Vero Knives you own, which ones you'd like to try, and that's about it. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and have a great day. Bye.